Rachel Reeves, the Chancellor, is facing an increasingly volatile political storm as her plans to slash the welfare budget have provoked unrest across the Labour Party, and with over half of Starmer's cabinet reportedly pushing for a rethink on the planned cuts, and some ministers allegedly on resignation watch, the Chancellor is walking a tightrope between fiscal discipline and party unity. When Reeves laid out her budget last autumn, she allowed herself a fiscal headroom of £9.9 billion. However, with sluggish economic growth, she says, rising interest rates she created, increased government spending, her fault, this buffer has all but evaporated, and the upcoming Office for Budget Responsibility forecast on March 26 will likely force Reeves to take decisive action, either raising taxes or cutting spending to fill the £20 billion fiscal black hole that, of course, she will blame on the previous Conservative government, but that in many ways she has created to justify talking about this black hole anyway. Given Starmer's insistence on that black hole wasn't supposed to exist until 2028 at the earliest, even if it was going to be attributed to the activities of people like Liz Truss. Given Starmer's insistence on maintaining Labour's ironclad fiscal rules, the choice appears to be clear. Welfare spending is in the crosshairs. Now, next week, the Work and Pensions Secretary Liz Kendall is expected to outline £5 to £6 billion in welfare reductions, a move that has already provoked widespread rebellion among Labour MPs, and the bulk of these savings is set to come from tightening eligibility for personal independence payments, that's PIP, a benefit designed to help disabled people living with living costs. And the cost of PIP has doubled in the past 5 years to £21.7 billion and is projected to double again over the next 6 years. But if this means that people who are already in receipt of PIP are going to have to again fill out one of those ghastly forms, this led to multiple suicides. Not very well documented. I was talking with somebody the other day about this. Criticism of these measures has been fierce. Labour backbenchers such as Richard Burgon have openly opposed the cuts, with concerns that they will push vulnerable individuals deeper into poverty. Brian Leishman, MP for Alloa and Grangemouth, has starkly warned that such measures could result in deaths among the most impoverished. And despite the backlash, both Reeves and Starmer are holding firm. Starmer has described the welfare system as broken, arguing that it cannot be justified on either economic or moral grounds. He's pointed out that welfare spending for working-age adults is projected to reach £70 billion by 2030, a sum equivalent to a third of the NHS budget and greater than the combined cost of the Home Office and the prison system. Starmer's rhetoric suggests that he's positioning Labour as a party of work, arguing that the current system discourages employment and keeps individuals trapped in a cycle of dependency. And the government believes that reforms can unlock employment for at least 200,000 people who are currently on benefits but wish to work. However, the political risks of implementing such changes so soon after Labour's election victory are substantial. Reeves and Starmer have both insisted that these welfare reductions don't equate to a return to austerity. However, these cuts, following reductions in foreign aid and winter fuel payments for pensioners, the perception of austerity-like policies is difficult to shake off. Labour MPs and trade unions are already gearing up for a fight, and a significant parliamentary rebellion could weaken Reeves's position within the government. The growing tensions over welfare policy highlight a deeper struggle within Labour, how to reconcile the party's traditional social justice commitments with the economic pragmatism needed to maintain credibility with the electorate. Starmer has clearly bet on fiscal responsibility as the cornerstone of Labour's economic credibility, but whether his party will follow him on this path remains uncertain. And if Reeves pushes ahead with the cuts, Labour risks alienating large swathes of its voter base, particularly among low-income communities and disability rights advocates. Conversely, if the government backtracks, it will invite accusations of economic incompetence and a lack of policy discipline. With the spring statement looming, the Chancellor finds herself in an unenviable position. The coming weeks will determine whether she can maintain control over Labour's economic strategy or whether her own party will force her into retreat. Either way, the internal fractures exposed by the welfare row suggest that the government's honeymoon period is well and truly over.